Welcome back traders, Steve here. It is Friday 31st of January and we're just in the Asian mid to late Asia. Haven't had a chance to do many videos this week, but I do want to catch up and just look at a couple of trades, that big figure trades that have worked and didn't work. The first one up is the Euro Aussie. We can see here reasonably good run. We have a breaking point here where price breaks up, comes back, fills again, breaks up, fills again. So it's reasonably bullish, but this big figure hadn't been hit for some time, and what happens, it just runs all the way through, gets up to 28 level. Obviously we're out here at about 20 odd. We're out, and then price comes fading back into the range again. But so that's a plain full loss on that particular trade. Next trade, Euro CAD, fairly wriggly type of price action, 5-minute chart here, but again we've got the top of the range around this 50-35 level, so definitely not moving any direction directly, but we eventually come into this big figure during the London-New York session, and then we start to again wriggle our way out. So again, this isn't the prime type of price action we're looking for, but it still worked. We have a full profit, P1, 2 and 3. We eventually get up to 34, but we're long out anyway, so a couple of hours for this, well, 3 to 4 hours for this particular trade, but again another trade that was quite successful. And again another trade on the Euro CAD up the other end of town at 5100. So again we pushed through 5106, then we came back in here 82. So again enough for a P1 before price ended up moving the other direction. And if we look at this on the larger time frame, the 1 hour chart, you might have looked at this first glance and think we got stopped out up here for 5130, but in actual fact we got to 51, as just pointed out, 5106, and then back into the range at 82. So that's a P1, P2 on that particular big figure. Aussie CAD, break-even trade. So again we're seeing 90.45 price come into the big figure. This is actually quite alright because we've seen price fall lower, fills in a little bit, so we're getting a reaction, goes a bit deeper again, we get a reaction, sideways, comes lower and fills in, although not as much as these guys here. Then we just start dribbling away, we hit the big figure. And we're now in an Asian session here, mid-Asia, and we just see this type of price action. So you see how these candles are just really slim and small, fairly non-directional all around, working off the big figure, out of the big figure, into the big figure, and we get up here to about 9 or 10. So the best way to manage this particular trade was to actually bring the stock right up, and when we really want a quick reaction is what we want to see best of all, but we also need to be patient sometimes. But this type of price action and the amount of volatility here, you should have been able to just at least take a portion of the trade out, 55%, and bring that stop out, so stop up. So then your break even is fairly just a small loss, so to speak. It's break even on price. Next big figure trade is the pound CAD. So a fairly good price run here from this support level up into the big figure at 7600. We do push through a little bit, come back, not enough to get any profit out. Then this gets a little bit nervy because we pop into 7612, then we come down here to this level at 90. So bit of a break-even type trade, this one. Nothing here to really rave home about as far as profits go, but it's all about managing it. So we don't want to be taking a full loss on this, and that's as much of the job, is to actually try to manage the risk as much as we can. And the final trade was the Euro AUD here at 6700, big figure. This level been holding pretty okay, so we thought it was worthwhile giving this another go. So coming to the big figure, just played around a little bit, up into 19, so couldn't get up into 25. We had our final profit up here at 25, couldn't get there. That spells a little bit of weakness when we start seeing this type of price action, plus a shortfall here. Then we start bleeding way back to the big figure. So we get a P1, P2, which is all good. Obviously stock was moved up and then taken out on the remainder of the position. So traders, that concludes this little recap. Hopefully we'll get a few more live trades in so we can do them live as well for you. Signing off for now, this is Steve, and good luck with your trading.